More people. Welcome everyone to tonight's presentation on the AOScan technology. As I mentioned before, my name is Hannah Craig. I am an independent quantum living advocate with Solex and also a holistic health practitioner. I have been using this technology for over 4 years now, both personally and professionally, and it has changed my life and many others. I say I witness miracles for a living. I'm just really grateful for you all to be here tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone real quick. Just
I don't want to see the.
Don't have any feedback there. Okay. And then I'd also like to introduce our guest, Dr. Michelle Adams. So go ahead, Michelle, unmute yourself and.
Hello, everyone. Dr. Michelle Adams. I own an energy enhancement system center in Bedford Hills, New York. And in the past year and a half, I recently introduced the AO scan, which has been not only life-changing for myself, but also for a lot of my clients as well.
All right, so we always like to start off the call with an introduction to Solex and our founder, Lauren Swenson, who he is and how AOScan technology has come to be. We love sharing his heart and his mission. And so that is what we will take a look at now.
We adopted our son, Michael, at 9 months old. And Michael came with a pre-existing condition called cerebral palsy. As Michael started to grow over the next few years, the cerebral palsy it was evident he was headed towards that direction to where a wheelchair would be coming up pretty soon. As parents, like any parents, we just wanted Michael to have the best life possible. And so we traveled to Mexico, England, Germany, various places here in the United States to look at therapies for children with cerebral palsy to see if we could improve his quality of life. And everywhere we went, we were met with pretty much the same explanation. There's no cure for cerebral palsy. And as parents, that wasn't good enough. We felt like there had to be something greater that could help. And when we went out of the country, Germany specifically, Mexico, even one trip to Japan, there was more hope there. There were more things in the works. There were more therapies available. And so that allowed me to start looking into different directions. Now, this is back in the 80s. The internet wasn't around. And so we were going to trade shows. We would go to health shows and health fairs. And I became introduced to a book called Mega Brain by Michael Hutchings. And that book became my new Bible, at least as far as it came for therapies for my son, Michael. And in there, through that book, I came across different therapies. Dr. Clark was working with spinning a child in a chair to help develop the inner ear. And he found that this was helping with all sorts of neurological issues. Dr. Persinger was using lights and different flashing lights to the eyes to help stimulate left and right brain connection. And then Dr. Patterson, a neurosurgeon, was developing microcurrent that would be applied just behind the ear or to the earlobe that was helping the brain create new neural pathways. Well, these three things were pretty important to me. And so as we looked into this and started working on this, we eventually developed a machine that later became known as the theta chamber. And Michael was our first recipient of that technology. It was the next 6 months that were magical. In those next 6 months, Michael's mobility became almost. He transitioned from a handicapped school to a normal school. And Michael is now 40 years old, will be 40 this June, and he's a second-degree black belt, speaks multiple languages to some degree or another. And physically, you would have never known that Michael ever had cerebral palsy. That whole experience was life-changing for our family. And I realized at that time that there were things that we didn't know here. And that led me on this journey, which has brought me to where we are today, 2022. 2008, my wife and I were in China attending a medical convention. And there was a booth there from Russia that had developed a scanner that scanned the body through frequencies through the brain. Well, this was my new real big interest. And we went to their booth. We experienced a scan, a digital body scan, and it nailed us. It showed us everything that was wrong or awry in our bodies to the T. But we later worked with that company and acquired the rights to bring that to the United States. And we did that until about 2012. And then when technology had advanced, in other words, Windows 10 came available, the software wouldn't be stable anymore. And so over the next 2 to 3 years, we rewrote all of that software, all of their information on today's technology and for today's platform and software. And it became the AO scan. And we've been promoting the AO scan since 2012. And it was a big system. It was a $30,000 scanner that was in a doctor's office, and you'd go in and you'd sit there and you'd be there anywhere from an hour to 3 hours, depending on your scan, based on the old technology. Well, we were able to bring that technology to where we could get it done with much smaller transducers, and we could do it in about 45 minutes to an hour. Well, part of that scanner was inner voice, and the inner voice is where we record about 10 to 20 seconds of your voice, and we analyze 2,000 frequencies over 12 notes. And we're looking for frequencies that are out of range, way high or way low. And as you listen to those frequencies played back in your headset, it helps with your emotions, which helps with some of the other physical issues you'd be dealing with. Well, we thought that that would be an amazing tool to put into the hands of as many people as we can. If you can get a hold of your emotions, then your physical issues aren't as dramatic and you're able to deal with them better. And so we started working with a mobile device that just had the inner voice portion of the scanner on it. Well, as that became ready to go to market, we realized, well, maybe we can add a little bit more of the other scanner to this. And we added a little bit of vitals, a little bit of comprehensive. And we introduced it. And that went for about a year and a half. And then we had people come to us and say, we need to get this out to the masses. And that's how Solex came to be. The full $30,000 scanner in your hand that you can now take and share with the world.
Okay, so as Lauren Swenson mentioned, this originally started out as a $30,000 practitioner grade device that was only available to practitioners back in 2012. In 2020, they launched the mobile version, and it started out with just 4 programs. Fast forward to 2024, we now have over 12 robust programs to support others in finding balance and returning to homeostasis in body, mind, and spirit with both their emotional and their physical health. It's absolutely phenomenal. So some of the programs we have are things like Inner Voice that he mentioned, working on your emotional health. Our Vitals program does your blood biology. We have a full anatomy and physiology scan, dental, in a program called MindSync to reprogram your subconscious beliefs. And we're going to go over some of these tonight, and not all of them, but the ones certainly that we think will make the biggest difference in your lives and your business's lives. So we will go ahead and dive into one of my favorite programs, the powerhouse of AO Scan. I'll probably say that about every program because I love them all, but I will say one thing that we don't see being addressed enough in this world is our emotional health. And so it is super powerful that we can have access to this at our fingertips to not only help ourselves, but others. So Inner Voice is a program where it scans your voice for 10 seconds, and it's scanning over 10,000 frequencies across 12 notes. Each note is correlated to a different emotion, and it identifies the top 4 that are most out of balance for you in that moment. Our emotions are ever changing, and so every day we can be experiencing different things, have different triggers that bring to the surface oftentimes emotions that we have been carrying around for a long time. So it's always great to know, right, what's going on in our body, but what if we can do something about it? So what Inner Voice does is it then creates personalized sound therapy music for you to listen to. And in the background, it has the specific frequencies playing to help balance those emotions that are out of balance from that voice scan. Super powerful, a great meditation practice. People who use this have noticed improved mood, boosting creativity, sleeping better, breathing deeper, of course, feeling more joy and at peace. I will say that as a practitioner using this program alone for the last 4 years, I have seen people try dozens and dozens of things for certain physical health ailments. Nothing has worked, or they've gotten some relief, but they're still dealing with issues. They start listening to their music, and things improve or even go away. Now, I do not claim to diagnose, treat, or cure, nor does the AES scan, but I have had people get their sleep back, have their digestive system issues resolved just by listening to this music. That is how powerful our emotions are. Many of you probably know that because you are in this field of energy work and you understand how it's all connected.
Just want to chime in, Hannah, and so how I use the inner voice at my center. So, when I do an inner voice scan for members at my center, a lot of times the member would likes to listen to the music during their EE session. So it's a nice complement to getting the specific frequencies they know they need in order to specifically balance what's out of balance from an emotional standpoint.
Yes, thank you. So we'll share just a couple testimonials too tonight as we go through. This is Tracy. She says that she had lived in fight or flight her entire life due to childhood trauma. With the Inner Voice program, it is taking her out of it. Her OCD is getting better and better, and she's finally understanding what it feels like to relax. That, is something that we all need more of, especially right now with the holidays and this time of year, welcoming in the new year, but really all throughout the year, just being able to be grounded and centered. She also says that aside from that, she is sleeping soundly for the first time ever. We also did a small study of 10 people who listened to the music for 21 days in a row, new music each day, and they saw an overall improvement of 54%, improvement of their depression by 70%, decrease in their physical pain by 52%. Can you imagine cutting someone's pain in half just by addressing their emotional health, decreased anxiety, 66%, and better sleep? And we all know that sleep is the foundation of a lot of things, including detox and overall health. So we are really grateful to have access to this program. The next program that I want to share with you all, and these are all things that you can be doing, of course, at home or in your businesses, is MindSync. MindSync is the program where you can reprogram your subconscious beliefs. So you are using custom I am affirmations in your own voice. Nothing is more powerful than retelling this story that likely a lot of them we tell ourselves, right? Then they become our beliefs. So we have these generational stories and patterns that are passed down to us. We hear things growing up, or maybe something a high school friend said to us for years on end about us, and we start to believe these things that other people say or the outside noise, right? But we also start telling ourselves things like, I'm not worthy enough, or I'll never be successful. You now have the power to reprogram those subconscious beliefs with your own voice through the MindSync program. It does have personalized or custom music playing in the background. So you want to think of this as your Joe Dispenza, for those of you who know Dr. Joe Dispenza, personalized meditation music. It uses an 8 hertz offset, which is actually what allows it to cross the barrier of consciousness into your subconscious. I have used this for my business. I use it for my relationship, my health, and I have seen phenomenal transformations. Dr. Michelle, I don't know if you want to share anything about it.
So I recently had a scenario where I was using the MindSync over the summer. Things were slow at the center, and I was using the Abundance Wealth program of MindSync, and I was listening to it for I don't know, maybe 15 days. And, at the end of the 15 days, that rest of the month was crazy. I did really well. I had, so many clients coming in, and it was just unbelievable how it really programs your subconscious.
Right. And then when we are believing in ourselves and our businesses, that energy has a ripple effect, right, out to our community, and we start attracting and matching that energy with other people who are ready to invest in their health, who are ready to receive your help and support. So That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. So in practice for both of these, MindSync and Inner Voice, they are so easy to use. They are quick. They're tangible. So you can send them to your customers and clients and allow them to listen to their music or their affirmations at home and have something to work on in between their sessions at your center. It really allows them to feel empowered. And of course, it supports clients' emotional health in between their visits with you as well. The next program we want to touch on here is Supplement Library, because we know that a lot of wellness practices carry different supplements, which is wonderful. So you can actually program all of your different supplements into the AOScan technology, then scan your clients to see which supplements are most in resonance with them in that day. Now, of course, this may change day to day, of course, based on what they're eating and how they're sleeping. However, it can give you a good guideline if you are someone who works on that level with others, of what truly their body is resonating with. So this is, again, saved me a lot of money. Turns out I don't need to be taking certain supplements every single day. It's allowed me to see what my body needs, and therefore I am more balanced instead of just popping a bunch of supplements, not knowing if I need it or not, and my body just wasting it away and spending unnecessary money. So this is a great money saver, but also super empowering to know what supplements are most in resonance for you and your customers. Okay, the next program I want to introduce to you all is called SEFI. This is the Subtle Energy Frequency Imprinter. This is another powerhouse of AOScan because it does so much. We have over 1,000 different frequencies for different physical, emotional, health imbalances. So we have over 400 homeopathy remedies that you can now imprint into water or pellets, blank sugar pellets, to help your clients. You can also broadcast any of these. We have the Bach and Australian bush flower essences in there. We have the chakras. So if you scan someone, see where their chakras are at, and you want to give them an extra boost, you can broadcast the different chakra frequencies to them. I will show you at the end an example, but we can make custom playlists. So let's say somebody comes in and they are struggling with digestive issues. You can create a custom playlist with all the different frequencies to support digestive health using this program. And again, I see people, someone will reach out to me with a migraine, and I will broadcast the migraine and stress-free frequencies to them. And within 5 to 10 minutes, most of the time, their migraine has gone away. And so how powerful to be able to help people anytime, anywhere in the world with this technology.
And I just want to give a testimony to this, and specifically, so you can actually imprint into specific objects and images. And you can actually send yourself your business frequencies. You could send positive affirmations to your business. You can send different affirmations as far as like wealth and abundance. So like, I've been doing that on a regular basis, and I feel like it's really paying off. And I recently had, I was opening up a center in South Carolina. Things didn't work out, and I had a business partner, or a former business partner, that was suing me, and we were going through like a negotiation. And I took the email that I had sent her for a negotiation. I imprinted it with the positive affirmations, and like she accepted the offer. So like I just find that it was just so powerful and really helping out.
Yeah, I mean, I have the same sort of, situations where I will broadcast the frequencies for abundance and wealth to my bank account, to my business account, and I have seen a major increase in my monthly profits. So there's so much we'll talk about this more in a little bit too, but you can clear the energy of your center of yourself, because we are all exposed to all sorts of things. It really is an incredible tool to help keep you balanced and optimized no matter where you are in life. So I want to share this testimonial by Carol. She was introduced to AOScan a few weeks ago. She has had hot flashes and night sweats for 22 years. She's 72, and she's tried everything throughout the years and nothing has helped. The first night she went from 6 to 8 sweats to 2, and then it reduced to 0. So she is now sleeping so much better. She says she's convinced. We are so happy for her, of course, because I cannot imagine what that would be like or feel like. And so we are glad that this technology was able to bring her that relief. One thing that we want to mention is this is a newer program to AO Scan. It's called Multicast, and it allows you endless opportunities. It allows you to send frequencies to up to 16 people at once, and they can all be different frequency sets, different custom playlists, or the same. But this is making your life easier. We all want to help as many people as we can. So let's make it simple and easy. It used to be that we would have to do one person at a time, and now we can do up to 16 at a time. So all of us who do use this in some sort of wellness center or practice, but even those of us who have family members, it's just so convenient to be able to help up to 16 people at once, and then be done for the day. You know, some of us, that's our client caseload, and just a tap of the few buttons, and I have been, you know, helping 16 people in less than 10 minutes. Just it's empowering, both as a mom and as a practitioner. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to you, Dr. Michelle.
Thank you. So this is my absolute favorite program, Vitals. It's so powerful. It has so many things. It looks at, 12 different body systems. So you can actually look at different, you can scan and do like blood biology, look and optimize the frequencies and send frequencies to put things that take things that are out of balance back into balance. And then you can look at food and environmental sensitivities. You can actually do a full CBC panel. You can take a look at, the hormones and the thyroid, the GI function, immune function. You can see, the detoxification panel and what, heavy metals people are dealing with, the cardiovascular, cerebral vascular system. You can look at all different kinds of minerals and vitamins, bacteria, funguses, and parasites. We all know that parasites is a huge issue today. And, it's interesting, like a lot of times I'll do my scan and, people are like, oh, I don't have parasites. I had to test it. And I'm like, well, do you realize that there's only, there's only, they only test for 1 or 2 parasites in blood, but the AO scan really can tell you what's going on from the perspective of, what kind of parasite. And there's thousands of parasites. So like I just educate my clients on that. And then it looks at different human toxins, mold. It looks at your chakras and meridians. So this is a great piece of the puzzle with regard to using before and after the EE system. So, we know that the EE system helps balance the chakras and meridians. So like you can actually see what's going on before you go into the system and then after, and you literally do like a 10-second scan before and a 10-second scan after, and you can really literally see the change. So this is my absolute favorite. Next slide. All right, and so here's a testimony on what we're really finding. So this individual had severe symptoms the prior week, and then they regained their sense and smell and taste, and heart palpitations are literally gone. And they had intense migraines, which disappeared, and their pulse ox went from 91 to 99, and they had traveling nerve pain that disappeared, and the blood pressure spikes are gone. And the only symptoms remaining is that they're feeling tired. And literally, what this person said was they're blown away by the blood test. And what happened was the regular doctor did a blood test, and the glucose was high, and that was literally reflected on the AO scan as well.
Sorry, I meant to unmute myself. Let me reshare. I wanted to add to this that as a practitioner, I do see a lot of people comparing. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I meant to unmute myself and I unshared instead. So what I wanted to add to this is that a lot of people, as a practitioner, I have a lot of people bring their blood work and they want to always know how does it compare to AO scan technology. And what I like to say is, of course, blood is looking at chemistry, AO scan is looking at energy, so there can be some variances and differences, but for the most part, it always aligns, it's always spot on. And oftentimes we're catching things energetically before they transform into the physical. And so it's also in some ways a preventative tool, which is very powerful.
Yeah, and I have the same experience all the time as well, where like I have clients who, they do bring their blood work in and like, like just an example, like the thyroid, they have issues with their thyroid, and then the AO scan's reflective of that. I recently did a show at a hospital, and I brought the AO scanner. I was scanning all these nurses, and like they were just so amazed because they were just saying it's consistent with what's going on in their body. One nurse was saying how she has like pre-diabetes, and then the AO scan reflected that, which is pretty incredible. I'm just amazed every day. But anyhow, that there's more. There's so many things. So you can actually also scan your pets. There's a comprehensive program. And you can look at hormones, and also you can even look at, dental as well. As we all know, all of our meridians go into our dentition, and that's really important as well. And, once you become educated in how to use the dental section, it's really, really a powerful tool.
All right. Yes. And I will add with the hormones, I love that hormone scan because I can monitor my hormones on a daily basis, where I'm at as I'm going into my cycle. Just as a woman and a mom who's had 2 children, it has been super helpful for me. But also, it's not just identifying, and this goes for everything that the AO scan technology offers. We're not just identifying where the imbalances are, but we're also sending the balancing frequencies back to help bring homeostasis, as I mentioned in the beginning, back to the body. And when we are aligned and balanced and living in homeostasis, we know that disease is unable to thrive, or it is a lot harder for disease to thrive. And so I know that is a state that we are all trying to achieve or working at every single day. And this makes it easy because you can just scan and optimize in under 3 minutes your whole body and your emotional health, and then go from there in supporting your body. All right, so we're gonna, as I mentioned, we weren't gonna go over all 12 programs tonight, but please know that there truly is something for everyone on the AO scan, no matter where they're at on their health journey or on their journey to expanding their business. So we want to talk a little bit tonight about how you can incorporate the AO scan technology into your EESystem business. And there are many ways to grow with AO scan in your hands. So of course, you can expand globally because all of these programs can be used remotely. So you are not tied to just your community where your center is. You can now grow outside of your walls, outside of your state, and even outside of your country to help people all around the world with these different programs. That's one way to grow your business. Another way is by offering different services using the AO scan technology. So as a practitioner using this for 4 years, I do offer with Dr. Michelle business coaching and how to incorporate this technology into your existing practice, how to weave it in with your other services. You can offer packages, you can do a membership, you can do some of the programs as add-ons, or just offer individual scans for different things. There's additionally an opportunity to earn passive income with the business opportunity with Solex, and that is by empowering your community through enrolling them, allowing them to have access to their own subscription. Allows you to earn passive income every month from that subscription. You are, providing them with the education and training just like we will do for you. And then they are able to really have that sovereignty and autonomy to help their families and their community. And we just by doing this, we're continuing to raise the vibration of our planet, right? Because when everyone feels well, when they're feeling good, they do good. And we need more people doing good in this world. I will share, a personal story that by having this technology in my hand as a mom, just 2 nights ago, my daughter fell off her scooter, and I didn't want to think that she broke her arm, but the way she fell, I was fairly certain. I was able to immediately grab my AO scan and scan and optimize her wrist to see where the imbalances are. Additionally, start sending her the frequencies for bone fracture and pain and trauma, and help her feel more comfortable. Within minutes, she was calm, much more in less pain, able to wiggle her fingers some. We did learn today that she does have a tiny fracture, but I have no doubts that I will be able to cut the healing time in half with this technology in my hands, using the bone fracture frequency and some other cell salts and things like that from this technology. So what I'm trying to say here is by empowering your clients, and this is, of course, an option with enrolling with their own subscription, you're doing so much more for them than you even realize. And in the last 4 years, we have collectively grown a team of over 2,000 people, and counting, and all over the world. And I'm just so happy and peaceful knowing that people have access to this technology and they're able to help their families and their loved ones in this way. So a lot of opportunity to grow your wellness practice, your EESystem center, and even just improve your own health with this technology.
So I just want to share with you some of the things that I'm doing at my center, in order to, increase the revenue stream and also, improve the, health and wellness of my clients. One of the things that I do personally in order to kind of set the stage is really energetically clear and shield myself, my business, my home, my car. You can do so many things and, so many objects, with the scan. Like I mentioned before, there's a chakra assessment. You can actually scan the chakras before and after EESystem sessions and literally see the change in them, the chakras lining back up, as well as the meridians. And then the inner voice, which is, like Hannah mentioned, it's like a 10-second voice scan. It's really simple. It gives you a really nice report afterwards and gives you specific recommendations on things to address, as well as it gives the client personalized sound therapy in order to address the imbalances. And also, so the things that I offer is like a 5-day sub inner voice, or I do a four-week challenge to basically see the changes on a daily basis. And then I do the whole body optimization, where you do the vital scan. And I do 3 scans, and then I look for patterns and pattern recognition. And then I meet with a client, and then I go through the different trends and patterns. And then I provide them with a summary of specific recommendations, and I give them different protocols for that. And then the SEFI balancing, I offer a 5-day program or a group program. So like if we're dealing with, a number of clients who have issues with sleep or anxiety, we'll do that, or we can do an abundance group program. And then you could also imprint the SEFI into specific jewelry. You can imprint it into your water, and also these SEFI dots, which are these. It's kind of like a Band-Aid, but it's and you put it on an acupressure point.
Yep. They're little silicone dots that have holographic symbols on them. So what I want to say as we start to wrap this up, is that AOScan is not an all or nothing software system and technology. You could simply offer inner voice to everyone in your center and in your community, and you will be helping so many people. So yes, there are lots of opportunities here to grow, lots of opportunities to help people, but you don't need to be a medical practitioner or a health and wellness expert to be able to use this technology and help others return to thriving. And that is part of the training that we offer, not only in our team, but myself and Dr. Michelle. And so let's get to that next. So just to summarize, the AOScan technology is a full spectrum wellness solution, bioresonance and frequency generating tool that is affordable, which I'm sure you all are wondering, well, if it was $30,000, what does it cost? It is only $149 a month for you to have access to all of this information and balancing. It's incredibly priced, less than $5 a day. Think of how many people you can help for that price. It's safe, non-invasive, and as I mentioned, it's portable. You can help people all over the world with it. So what is offered when you join our community? Well, here on Team Taurus, our mission is to raise the vibration of the planet by helping people put their health back into their hands with quantum technology like AOScan. Our vision is to help every person with the AOScan technology achieve the Taurus balance between spirit, mind, and body to improve their health and well-being. And then what are we cultivating? Well, we want a community like you all of high-vibing people who are passionate about raising the vibration of the planet, who understand energy medicine and the importance of it in this world. And we want to provide you with the support you need to be successful. So we have trainings. Solix, the company themselves, provides a training to get you started with your technology. Additionally, myself and our team and Dr. Michelle would be offering you trainings, or whoever invited you to this call, to ensure that you are confident in using this technology and successful, whether that's business coaching, troubleshooting, how to use certain programs, practitioner protocol recommendations, you name it. We offer it for you. We have great business tools as well, testimonial, shareable graphics and social media content for you. So really you can hit the ground running as soon as you get started.
So I would just wanted to mention this was a really great tool for me. Team Taurus has a business in a box, which is what Hannah was kind of referring to, and it has all of the content in it. It has like, social media examples. It has like, flyers. It has brochures in it. So like you can literally hit the ground running, and which was what I utilized. And it was so easy to be able to implement this into my practice.
Yeah, our goal is to be able to get you started as soon as you are ready, because we want to help as many people as we can. And so the easier we can make it for you to start using the technology and helping others, again, the better we know this world will be. And that is our mission. And so as I mentioned some point in this, I do need to state that the AES scan technology is not a medical device. We do not